Okay, hey, it's Don once again. I know this is my third video tonight, but I was thinking that there might be a few more points that I need to make real quick, and so I'm going to make them. The surge. Let's discuss the surge. Like I said, I've been doing Uber since 2014, and this is what I have found. Uber will throw a surge on sometimes, and the reason it will throw the surge on is in a certain area is because there are not enough vehicles in that area to cover any business that may pop up. Now, a surge appears just if people are looking at the app. It doesn't mean that they're necessarily that they are going to actually send for an Uber or a Lyft or a Via vehicle, whatever, or Juno if you're in New York City. This just means that they've got the app open and they're actively looking at it. Or maybe it's just open and they're not looking at it. It could be some kid that got a hold of mommy or daddy's phone. Now, I've had it where people said, "Oh, I get there to pick up a ride," and they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I have to cancel because my kid did this Uber ride." Well, that's happened twice in over 4 years, so it might have been true, but I don't think so. I think a lot of times people will send for an Uber, and then when you get there, they just want to see if you're going to actually show up. So that leads to one other point. So the surge, I'm going to go back to the surge, then I'll make my second and final point, and this will be my, I promise you, my last video of tonight, because there were a couple of things. See, this is what happens when you get old. You can't remember everything at once. I should have written it all down. So the surge is not always true. You could be sitting in a surge area and get nothing. So open the regular Uber app, the passenger app, and look and see how many cars there are in the general vicinity in relation to where you are. And if you see that there's no cars, say in a 5 mile radius around you, well, then Uber's going to put a surge on there. It might be 2 in the morning in Winnetka on a Wednesday morning. And if you're the only Uber X or the only Uber Select or whatever, or the only XL, see, here's what may happen. The Uber app says, "Oh, we don't have enough." The algorithm, computer, whoever controls the surge, okay, they'll say, "Oh, we don't have enough XL vehicles. You know, those are the ones that seat up to six. We don't have enough of these in this area. Maybe it's Highland Park. We don't have any." So they're going to throw this ridiculously high surge on. Now it's an extra dollar amount. In other markets, it may have changed, may not have changed, but here they changed it to an extra dollar amount instead of like 1.5 times or 2 times. I don't know how it is on Uber Eats delivery because, like I said, even though I signed up for it, I haven't done a single delivery once, not yet, and I've been signed up to do it for like a week, or yeah, about a week. But anyway, the long and short of it is you may not get that surge money. Someone may actually send for a ride there. And if you're like, "Well, wait a minute, it shows I'm in a surge area. How come I'm not getting that extra money for the surge?" It's because it's a baloney surge. It's a phony surge put on by the system. I've nailed Uber on this years ago, and I asked them about it, and you know what? They always claim that it's a glitch. A glitch. Okay, maybe it is a glitch, but I don't think so. I think from hard won experience, it's just built into their algorithm. We don't have enough cars in this area of this type. We don't have enough Uber Select vehicles, or maybe we don't have any. Because when I had my MDX, I saw a surge one time at 1 in the morning on a Thursday morning, I think it was, in a North Shore suburb, and I looked around. Okay, there were four UberX cars literally sitting and talking to each other at the train station. Why would anyone want to send for Select ahead of UberX when it's more expensive? That makes no sense to me. I know people in the North Shore. They'll even send for Uber Pool if they can. And even if they got more than two people, "Oh man, come on, man, go ahead and do it. We'll give you some extra money." No, don't do it. You could pick up to two people on Pool. Now here, oh, that's another point I need to make. Pool Express. Uber Pool Express in the suburbs at 2 in the morning, and they expect. Now, here's what happens: they send for Pool, and then it automatically defaults to Uber Pool Express. Now, the driver, now this is the interesting thing. The driver still gets paid the same rate. They changed all this. If you pick up an Uber Pool or an Uber Pool Express, it doesn't matter which one, you're still going to get paid the same. If it's Pool or Express, it doesn't matter. Now, every single pickup you do counts towards your weekly or weekend bonus. I got the weekly bonus last week, but I could not get the weekend bonus because of the weather. I just couldn't do it. So, long and short of it is, see, it's snowing out right now, and I'm sitting on my butt inside, dusting the 2 inches. So I'm not moving my car probably tonight. I'm just not going to do it. It looks like visibility is good, but I'm going to look out the window and I'm going to see, I'll look out the door and I'll see, and then I'll see how many Ubers are around. And if they're just sitting around doing nothing, I'm not even going to bother with it tonight. No. Normally I drive at night, but no. So back to the pool thing. I had someone send for Uber Pool Express. I already had 2 people in the car. This was like a month ago. We get yanked off of the Dan Ryan to pick this guy up. I pull up. He gets to the pickup point. It's him, and then I see a woman holding an infant. Looked like maybe it was 18 months old. No car seat in sight. Plus 2 other people. They had a total of 4 people, and this fool sent for Uber Pool Express. And then he tried to lie and say, "Oh, there ain't no bus running." And guess what went by when he said that? A bus. He's like, "Oh, you can't do nothing? You really can't?" No. I already got 2 people in the car. I was driving my Kia Soul. There's no way in hell I can fit another 4 in there. No way. I wouldn't have even taken him and just the baby because the baby had no car seat. So he was trying to be cheap. He was trying to be slick. He was trying to get over. I just canceled the ride and it cost him money, That's what it is. I'll do it every single time. And if I get to that Uber Pool Express pickup point and they're lagging behind and they call me, "Oh, don't leave, don't leave." I'm going to cancel that ride and I'm going to leave. And then here's what happens. I go offline immediately if I'm empty, because I don't want to get the request again. And then I find some place where I can pull over and park, and then I go into the help topics, and then I find that ride, and then I tell Uber that the passenger was rude, they didn't show up on time, and then I say, "Don't pair me with them again." So I never see that person again, pure and simple. I've had so many no-shows on Uber Pool Express in the wee hours of the morning, all over the place. And weather like this, and cold weather, and people do push Uber Pool. They're not expecting to get express and have to walk a couple of blocks, and they're not going to do it in this cold weather. And I'm not going to go out of my way to pick them up. I'm just not going to do it. So what I've decided to do is when I see an Uber Pool Express, I immediately call the passenger and say, "Did you realize that a lot of times when you send for Uber Pool now, it automatically defaults to Uber Pool Express? Is that what you want? Are you going to meet me at the pickup point?" And if they say no, I say cancel it. And if you get charged a cancellation fee, go into your help topics, find that pickup or where you got charged that fee, and dispute the fee with Uber. Explain to them that you chose Uber Pool and it defaulted automatically to Uber Pool Express. Your driver called you right away and explained what happened, and that you're not willing to walk the 2 blocks when it's minus 10 to below outside, and that you want that your cancellation fee refunded. Uber will refund your cancellation fee because it's their fault that they have it defaulting to Pool Express. That's just flat stupid on Uber's part, especially when it's this cold out. Nobody's going to walk 2 blocks when it's 10 degrees out. Most people aren't even going to send for Uber Pool. I had 1 Uber Pool Express request, which I canceled right away. I tried to call the guy, and it went straight to voicemail. So that's another topic I'm going on. Fraudulent riders. I coined the phrase in 2014, fraudulent rider. Uber used it as a reason to cancel for years. When the new CEO took office, he said, "Oh, I don't like the term fraudulent rider," so they took it off as a cancellation reason. Well, we're still getting fraudulent riders. People that send for an Uber, request one, you get there, you sit the 2 minutes if it's a pool, you sit the 5 minutes if it's an X. You try to contact, you send them. What I do a lot of times, if it's a house and I don't see anyone come out within the first minute, I send them through the app. I send them a text, "I have arrived." Now, if they don't respond to that text or I don't see some signs of life, if it's a pool ride, when it gets to that 2 minutes, I'm gone. I'm gone. And in this weather, I'm not pulling in anyone's driveway unless it's plowed. And even then, I'm going to back in. That's another reason I keep my mirrors clear and my backup camera clear, so I can back into these places and I can leave quickly and I can go offline and tell Uber this person had absolutely no intention. I don't care if they send for the ride again. I'm offline. I'm not taking the ride. I'm going to go down the block and I'm going to park my car and I'm going to let Uber know I don't want to see this passenger ever again. I don't want to fool with them. Pure and simple. It's that easy. Just don't fool with them. But I will accept the pool rides. But if it's Pool Express, I'm going to call them right away because it automatically seems to be defaulting to that. And inebriated people aren't going to realize this, especially young inebriated people. You know, I've had it happen time and again. Where, why I got to walk over here? Well, because you sent for Pool Express. But I understand now that it automatically defaults to that. So be proactive and call the person. Let's have a little customer service here. Don't be like, "Well, I'm not going to call anybody and I'm not going to communicate. I'm just going to sit here for the 2 minutes and collect my cancellation fee and move on." Well, let me tell you something. The more you cancel a ride, the less likely you are to retain your diamond status in Uber Pro. If you don't know what Uber Pro is, well, then you don't go out and drive very often. But it's nice being on the diamond status because when I get a ride request, Uber tells me, "Hey, this ride's going to take 6 minutes." Now, I'm not going to travel 20 minutes away from where I'm at to go pick up a ride that's going 6 minutes. I'll decline it. You know, and I'm damn sure not going to travel 20 minutes to pick up an Uber Pool Express that's going 3 minutes away. I'm just not going to do it. It's stupid. Just flat stupid. Uber needs to stop sending us ride requests that are going a shorter distance than we have to travel to pick them up. That's just what I think. That's just my opinion. Okay? It's just bad business, especially in this weather. It's going to take you a hell of a lot longer. It's going to take you up to 2 times the time to get there and pick the ride up and 2 times the time to do the ride. So think about it. Now, our time, we get paid more for our time. And let me tell you something, on bad weather like this, when I say pick up, when I see the words pick up premium, I don't touch it. I'm not doing it, not in the bad weather. No way in hell. If I see those 2 words, pick up premium, I'm not touching it. Okay, now let's see, where was I? I covered the pool and the Pool Express. There was another thing I wanted to talk about. I told you about the under 18 people. I told you about the surge. Yeah, I think that might be it. Yeah. Pick up premium likely. Don't chase the surge because a lot of times it's nonsense. Oh, here's another thing. Uber will show sometimes, "Oh, it's busy over here in this area." Well, let me tell you something. If it's not already the area that you're in, don't move towards that area because they're showing everybody that. It used to be if you were dropping off at the airport, Uber would offer you your next ride there. They don't do that anymore. And I understand why. It's because people are sitting around for hours and hours for that $5 ride from the airport to the Westin Hotel. You know, that's all they're getting. And it used to be if you did a short ride, you'd be put back in number 1 in the queue. Now, I don't know if it's like that again or not because I'm not an airport hound. I'm not going to sit in that lot with the other 199 cars or however many cars are sitting there and wait 2, 3, 4 hours on a ride that might take me in the Timbuktu or 3. They might want me to take them to Madison, Wisconsin, for Pete's sake. That's the nice thing about having Uber Pro. Now, I'm good with Uber Pro. I got my 1,800 points, so I'm good through April. So I'm golden. I don't know about you. So, I was talking about the weekday and weekend bonus. Let me tell you something about those bonuses. They're not always worth shooting for. Don't go out and kill yourself over them. Take your breaks. Do the right thing. Make sure you eat right. Have a meal before you're going to go out to work. Don't go out with an empty stomach. Make sure your gas tank is 100% full before you start driving, because you never know where the night's going to take you. The longest night I ever had mile-wise, by the time I got to where I could fill my tank up again, was just over 300 miles. Now, that's in my CRV. Now, it has a small tank. It's like a 12, 13-gallon tank, so I don't get that many miles, as far as my, it has the little computer that tells you how many miles to empty and this and that and the other. But let me tell you what, I can go over 400 miles in the Kia. Well, that's because it's lighter, and it has a slightly bigger gas tank and a smaller engine, and doesn't weigh as much. So you got to look at all these factors. Don't go out, I got a half a tank of gas, I'm just going to do some short rides. You don't know what the hell you're going to do until you get out there. So plan accordingly. Carry a blanket with you in case your car breaks down. Make sure to keep your cell phone charged up. Don't carry an aux cord with you unless you want to hear boom, 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 boom for a 20, 30-minute ride going into the city or some nonsense like that. I don't do it because I need to concentrate on the road. Loud, rowdy people, I'm going to pull over. I'm going to kick them out every time. Pure and simple. But don't do it on the damn side of the highway. Yeah. Oh, here's another thing. If someone cancels the ride and you're already on the ride, now that's another thing. I've had it happen twice. Once I had to get off of Lakeshore Drive and pull into a parking lot. And the lady's like, I didn't mean to. She was trying to play games with me. I know she was. And then another one, the kid canceled the ride when he was 2 blocks away. And both times I stopped and I said, I can't move with you in the car and I don't have you doing a ride. So I made her send for it again. See, because she was playing with the app and didn't know what she was doing. I gave her the benefit of the doubt. This other kid, he knew what he was doing. So remember, January 1st of 2016 is when the no kids under the age of 18 unaccompanied can ride in any rideshare vehicle. So it's been a law for 3 years. So there you go. There you have it. I think I've said everything I want to say. And once again, it's a long-ass video. I didn't mean for it to be this long, but I rattle on. So, from Highland Park, Illinois, in this snowy day on Monday, in the late part of January, this is Mr. Don, your Uber professor, signing off.